Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So like I said in the previous video, I shouldn't have deleted these classes too early, because now they would disturb me a little bit. But we can just remove their references and reference a different thing. Instead of the user one, we're going to reference what we have, which is the menu thingy here. So let's go to our plugin again here. This is inside main menu plugin, and we are coming to plugin PHP. So the error says it's on line 115. So let's check that out. Where is 115? It's right there. So this is where we're referencing our class. Now here we only have the menu class, which is inside main menu namespace. So let me look for every instance where we've used this. That way I can edit it. Okay, so once I do that, I can just say main menu. That's the namespace. And then after that, if I press right key like this, I can say menu and then shift and then press the end key to go to whatever the end is, and then just delete and put a semicolon there. That should do the trick. Okay, so I just want that error to disappear. That references the wrong. Also, if I select user like this, I can select all instances of user here and change that to menu like that. Okay, cool. Now let's come back. We should have gotten rid of that error, and there we are. So main menu, I do like page 1 here because we are on page 1. But what if I could add it here? Now remember that we do have a hook here, a filter for this title. I think we added this in the main admin thingy here. So we can edit what is written here. Now just to remind you or refresh your memory here, let me close what I don't need here. Let me refresh your memory a little bit. If we go to the basic admin plugin here, if I go to the views, and that's the view right there, there should be a title somewhere here. Where is that title? Now in case this isn't there, you can always just add it. There's a filter. There should be a filter here somewhere. So this is where we add the main content. We display the main content, but there's a part where these are the links. So just after. Wait, what is going on? Oh, there it is. It's called section title. Okay, so it's in there. But if we go to plugin here, the plugin for basic admin, there is section title here where we create it, but then we do a filter. So the filter is called before section title. Okay, and then the section title itself is supplied. So this is great because then we can copy this and come to our plugin to manipulate that value. So we can come here, it says main menu, and I can go to plugin.php, right, for the main menu, and it's a filter. So I can just copy one of these filters, I duplicate it, and then instead of this, I know it's inside basic admin, that's great, then I'll paste that hook name that I got. Just make sure you're not putting double underscores here. And so we say edit admin section title over here. So this, instead of links, will be title, like so. Now this name is not necessary to change it. This is just a reference, so you can use any name here really. So it's like this. We are getting a title and returning it back now, which means here we have a chance to edit it. So here all I can do is say maybe title is equal to, we can say for example title, and then concatenate something at the beginning here, maybe we can say page like that. Okay, so let's see if that actually works. So if I come back here and refresh, you see what we get there. This only works in the main menu here when, oh no, actually to work on every single page. Look at that. Okay, so it will work on every single page, which is not what we want. So what you can do is you can put an if statement here to fix that. So we have vars here that we can use, because these are the variables for this particular plugin. So at this point you can put an if statement and say if vars what am I looking for? No. Oh yeah, this is true. If vars, and then this is plugin route, okay, is equal to, because look here, there's a plugin route here. We just want this to work when we have main menu there set. So this is item in the URL, this is item number 2. So there's 0 and there is 1. So we can grab that one item over here. URL 1. So if these two things are equal, the plugin route, or the, maybe let's do the opposite. If the thing in the URL is equal to our plugin route, then it means we should modify it like so. So that's just showing you how you can modify these things and use those hooks that we left there. So here it works. If I go to users, it doesn't. You see that? So now it's targeting a very specific plugin in this case. Okay, so we can do some more interesting stuff. Let's make this smaller, because this is right. This is HTML. So, oh, I forgot that this is yeah, right. This is done as, it's not saved as HTML, is it? Oh, it's escaped. Okay, so let's go back to our menu plugin. Okay, that's the basic admin view file. So right here where we are doing the section title. Okay, so there's an escape there, right? This is interesting. I don't know how we can fix this one though, because if we don't escape this, the section title comes from the URL. Normally it comes from there. So if we don't escape it, then it becomes a problem, because somebody can just type stuff in here and that will affect things. As you can see, if I just type some gibberish, it comes here as well. So this value must be escaped because it's coming from the URL. So we can't let it be. But the problem is when we escape it, we also are dealing with this now. So I don't know what we can do here. I have to think about it because it's an H3 here. I wanted the other text to be smaller, but I can't do it. One thing you could do is you can have two versions of escape. There could be one that escapes JavaScript, very specific, because no matter what JavaScript is typed in the URL there, because somebody can just type JavaScript and then because we're echoing it here, that becomes a problem. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I remove this escape here, like this, let's say we leave it empty there, that's being vulnerable now, because as you can see, this works as we wanted it to. The page value is smaller, we can even put font names there. But if I end up doing this instead, I put some content there, but then I put a script like so, right? And then I say alert, like that, and then close that script tag. Like so. A very simple hack here. So as you can see, this over here did not show on here. So if it didn't show, what it actually means is that it probably ran as JavaScript. Let's inspect this part and see what's going on. So I guess these guys, yeah. So as you can see now, it's an actual script tag. Look at this. Look at that. It's just that it's a little confused as to what's going on. But if I type the right stuff here, I can get it to really work and run some JavaScript in there. So we don't want this. This is why it's important to escape every value that you add on your page, even if it's from your own database, because somebody could save data that you are not expecting in the database. They could save JavaScript in the database. Instead of giving you their full name, they could put a script tag instead. So you can't even trust data from your own database. So you have to keep that in mind. So in this case, what will happen is this. Oh, so I think this is where the issue is. That slash there was interpreted as a part of the URL. So this is the only thing that made this work. So maybe if we escape it there like so, no, that doesn't work either. Now, instead of this, I could use there's a version that is used in the URL. So I could get it to work and the script could run here. So you have to be careful about those things. Anyway, so once this, let's leave it for now. Let's not dwell on this one. Maybe we can figure something out later. Let me come back to my plugin here. Let me remove these guys. So all I want here is just to show my page number. So I'll do this so I can add a number here. And all I need to do is figure out what page we are on right now. So if I go, let's say page number in this case is important. Do I have pagination? No, I don't have pagination here. Okay, what to do? You know, okay, wait a minute. Okay, so our page number, we expect our page to be inside. Let me do this because I need more code here. So we can say page number is equal to, we know our page number will always be inside the get variable and named page like that. And if it doesn't exist, we set it to number 1 like so. And then it's possible that wait. Okay, we'll say if empty like so, and then remove that. Let's use the not empty, and then let's do this. So if it's not empty, let's use it, but let's cast it as an integer. So I will do int over here like so. There should be an n there. Okay, and then I can now grab page number and put it here, something like this, page 1 or something. So let's go and see if that actually works. So there's page 1 over here. Now if I do have a page and say is equal to and put some text there instead, it goes to page 0 because that's not a valid number in there. So you can leave it like that if you want, or you could put a question mark and say page number is equal to, if page number, because at this point I know it's an integer, is less than 1, then page number is equal to 1. Otherwise it's equal to whatever page number is at that time. So we can leave this like that. Refresh. Now it gives me page 1 even though I've written some gibberish, but when I write an actual page number, that's what I see. So we could put that. Let me put a space over here. Okay, main menu, page 1 or first page, then we go to page 1 like that. So you could do things like this. That's where we don't need this line here, this extra line we can remove. So that's what I was trying to do here. If we go to views and view, I want the list view, then we can remove this label for page 1 because it's taking up some real estate here, which could be important. So yep, that over there. Why do I have, okay, so let me put, I want to remove this, just put it on margin bottom. Actually, I don't need it. Okay, much better. There we go. So instead of search by name here, we'll say search by title, like so. Okay, great. Then let's change our things here. So let's change what we need here. First of all, we need the title, and let me come back to our columns. These are the columns we have: title, parent. Okay, let's get what we can get here. Let me just copy these guys so I don't have to go back and forth. So I can just paste them here for a minute. So from the title, we want the parent, so we know which ID is the parent. And there's image, there's also mega image. With parent, we can have the is mega. And let's see, mega menu. What else? Image, mega image. Instead of disabled, we can say active so that you have a yes and no. And then permission. Now, if you want this more robust, you can put several different permissions here, but for now we'll leave it as one. You can improve it by creating another table which will list the permissions associated with this menu item. So that's more advanced, but just a reminder that you can do that. There's icon, I guess, as well. Let's do icon. What else have I forgotten? Parent, let's see, let's just count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So slug is missing. Since this one should be, in theory, the longest, let's put it at the end. Okay, so I think I haven't forgotten any. If I have, too bad. Okay, so there we go. Add new plugin route. Now these are what's this? Underscore user. These are permissions. Okay. In this case, if I go to my plugin.php, I want to see what permissions we added here. So it's called menu page at the end here. Okay, so I'll replace that with the appropriate thing. So instead of user, it should be menu page. Okay, so I will paste, oops, I need an underscore, menu page, like so. So view menu pages, menu page. So let me search. There's one that's weird because it had details in there. So view menu page, we don't need the details here. Boom. Let me find any one that's worse. Okay, I think that does the job. So back here, if I now refresh, this is what we have. Okay, cool. Now we should be able to add a new item, right? So I'm gonna click on add new, and this is what we have. So new record, great. We will need to add image and mega image here. So let's separate these two and put them together here. So let's come down here. What is this? Oh, this is list. We are done here. Let's go to add. So new record. I prefer this to be in the center. Okay, so let me edit this as well. there's only one there, so boom. Not forget the permissions there. Okay, so there's this one. Let me duplicate this. Now inside here, I'll just say image, like so, and put a break tag. And then here I will do the same thing, but put mega image. Like that. So let's see. Okay, so image, mega image, but I want them side by side. So what I would do is I'll put them inside a div, like so. Oops. Close that div like that in tab. Let's put a bootstrap class display flex. So this would be display flex if you're using actual CSS. And then justify content center, like that. Let's see. Okay, that works. Or maybe we could use the between. No, around. Let's do the around. Yeah, much better. So if you're using actual styles, what this would translate to is this. Let me remove these classes for a second, so I show you how we can do this with actual styles. If it's styles, you can say display flex, and then we can say justify content, and then say space around. Same thing. So if I refresh, you see exactly the same thing. But since we have bootstrap, let's use that. Okay, there we go. So image will remain as image name. Here, this one will just change it to mega underscore image, like that, and that should do the trick. What else? Display image, blah blah blah. Okay. Now I have this one thing here, but I don't want these two to interfere, so I'll just do display mega image, like that. So we have two separate JavaScript functions that will do this. Okay, now that we have that, here we just want the title. So let's put title over here, and I will edit all references to first name. I'll change them to title. Okay. So there we go. Let's look at that. Boom. We have a title here. We don't even need this label at all because there's not so many of these inputs here anyway. They won't be. So title. And I want this to go all the way to the end because titles can be long. So let me put a 12 there, like this. Okay. So refresh, and there we go. So we have title over here, and it would be nice if this is autofocus. That way when we open this, we save ourselves a mouse click. Okay, so title, there we go. And because otherwise the user would have to open this page and then click in there, so we can save the planet by reducing how many clicks are being used. What am I looking for? I'm looking for I think this is fine. Okay, goody. Now let's look at other inputs here. So that we have the title, we can look through here. So slug is the same way. I want all text-based stuff. So there's icon, there's slug, and yeah, even no, not parent. We're going to edit that. And here is mega can be a checkbox, and then image. Okay, so these two are already there, plus title. Permission also. Okay, so let's do with permission here. I'm gonna come back to this. Let me see if there are any two that I can put together. Let's say permission and icon can be on the same line. So let me come back to add here. So there's last name here. Instead, let's do icon, and then change this to icon, and then this one will be permission. Let me change that email to permission. Oops, went too far there. Permission. But keep in mind this is type, so we just say text there. Alrighty then. So let's refresh. So we have icon, permission. Let's change the placeholders as well. Let's call it user permission here, and this one we can say icon class. Okay, there we go. Now we have a drop down here, which is cool because then we can use this for whether it's active or not. Okay, so we have rows, which we don't need. So gender, instead of gender, we will have active. Let me go here, duplicate. So here we'll have active. Oh, in fact, let me just put active here. So active will be yes or no. Instead of having this default value, we'll just start with yes, because probably we want it active. And then the value for yes is 0, because on the other side it's actually called disabled. So if it's not disabled, then it's active. So I'll put 1 here and 0 here. And let's edit this. Disabled. We won't be expecting any errors from here, so I'm gonna remove this. For email, what is this? This label, not necessary. Okay, so here we have disabled, like so. Select, oh wait, what am I doing? Okay, this one should be parent, like that. Okay, so parent, parent there. We'll leave the content as is for now, and we don't need rows here at all. So let me grab this. Boom. Okay, we don't need password either. Boom. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's what we have. New record, there's a title, some images. Parent, active, yes, no. So the parent here is going to list all previously added menu items will all be listed here so that we can parent to any of them. Instead of having to write the ID in form of text, we can just do a selection here. So let's go ahead and where is parent? Parent is right here. So here we read all the items, all the menu items existing. So we can do that in the plugin section because this is where it's best to add all the logic. So in the controller, no, in the main view here. So when we are on add, where is this? We are right here on add. So menu row, main menu. So we already have this menu. Yeah, it's instantiated right here. So since it's the only thing we are instantiating, I will remove it from here. So what I would do instead is say menu. Here I'm going to call, say, all items. menu and say get all, like this. Now get all is going to grab all of them, but with a limit, of course. It's going to use a limit. So what we will do instead is this. We'll say menu and then put limit is equal to, and then let's just put some ridiculous number like 10,000 or 1,000 or something. That way it gets all the rows there. Okay, so there we go. Or you could use a query instead. You can just say query and then write select all from menus or something like that. That would work exactly the same way. If I do this, say query and then say select all from menus, like that. This is exactly the same thing, I guess, but without having to do that. Okay, so in the add and probably the edit, we would need to do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to replace this with that. Delete, we don't actually need that. View, wait, no, we don't need that either. Okay, so all items is our thing right now. So what I'll do is copy, let's go to add here. I want to create a loop here through this parent thingy, but feeling too lazy to do this. I think, haven't I done this before somewhere? Yeah, not for a drop-down list, I guess. Okay, let's quit the laziness and just type. Okay, so inside here we say select parent. Okay. Now you could put 0 here, I guess, as a parent, the default parent. But then for the others we'll do PHP if not empty all items. Oops. Alright, so we just need one of these. And for each, wait a minute. PHP and for each. Boom. Alright, so if that's not empty, oh, this is an if statement actually, it's not a for each. I'm getting confused, done this too many times. Okay, so this one will be end if on here, like that. Okay, and then here we loop, we are doing a for each over here. For each all items as item. And then let's grab that. Okay, so here, of course, in the item, we are expecting a title, like so. Boom. Title. And this, the value will be the ID of this item. And what else? Old select, yes, we change that to parent, which is it already is. And then on this one we put this guy here. Okay, I think that works. But closing, this looks weird here. What's going on? Oh, I'm putting these tags where they are not needed. Okay. So there we go. Now, since we don't have any menu items so far, this will be empty, of course. Okay, but this is cool. Now, before we even submit any of these images and stuff, let's just make sure that this is working as it is, just to add one item there. Okay, so what I'll do is go to the add controller. So here, inside not inside here, inside controllers, add controller. So let's leave everything as it is. Let's change this one. Okay, it's the only one. Menu page. Okay, cool. So let's look for stuff here. We don't need these two guys. Nope. Files okay, CSRF code. And instead of user here, let's instantiate menu. Let me grab instances where there is user and a pointer. So that will change to menu and a pointer. Oh, the pointer is already there. Okay, so that should do. Let me see here. Edit row. Edit menu page. Wait, why is save user rows? Okay, so this part we don't need actually. This whole part here. That's only specific for user rows. Yeah, we don't even need to know the insert ID after that. Record added successfully, blah blah blah, form expired. Okay, I think that does the job. Okay, so back to our plugin PHP here. On the list view here, let's see. Where is the list view? This is the one. Okay, so instead of from users here, we'll change that from menu so that we can use the search. This code is for the search, and then instead of get users, we'll change that to get menus. Okay, let's do. Actually, that may cause an error, so let me just no, maybe not. Get menus. Let's change it. So selector for menus where, and then this is just title. We can remove the other part for last name, and that's it. Okay, then get all, find, good. Okay, what else are we needing here? Looks great. Looks great. Okay, so down here to get menus. I don't want this to do anything because this will cause errors. So what I'll do for now, I'll disable it and say false and, so that way this will never run. Okay, goody. So let's go back and let's see if things will run as intended. So here I want a menu item. Let me go to the home page here. Let me imagine I want a page like about us or contact us. So let me start with, oh, there's something I forgot now that I remember. Oh crap. Yep. I forgot the list order. That's very important. Yeah, let me just add it to here. We're going to redo the migration here just so we can fit that. So from here, permission, I'm going to put, let me grab one with an int like this one. Okay. So this one I'm going to call list order and then default 0. Okay, so that's fine. Let me copy this to my thingy here. Duplicate list order. So what the list order will do is tell us the order of the menu items, because here there's this order going on in order of appearance, but it would be nice, maybe you want the admin item to be at the end instead of at the beginning. You can use that to deal with it. Okay, so there's about us here, and the slug, wait, I didn't put this. Oh no. Okay, so there are a couple of things missing here. Okay, so back to the add here. add.php. A couple of things missing. Let me grab the okay, so there's icon here. Wait a minute. Okay, so with title I can duplicate this, and this will change to slug. Okay, so link, what do I call it? I can call it item slug link, like that. Okay, let's refresh, and there it is, item slug and link. Okay, cool. What else is remaining here? We have the icon, the parent, but we don't have this is mega. We do have mega image, we do have disabled, we have permission. So this is the only thing remaining, is mega. Okay, so that one should be a let me come back here. Icon class, blah blah blah, is mega menu, yes or no. I'm trying to see if only there were two of these, that way I could put two of them. Parent could be long, maybe, yeah. Okay, so what I would do is, let's come back to add. I want to duplicate this active thing here because it resembles more what I want to do. So let's say is mega menu. Yes, no. Yes in this case would be 1, no would be 0. So let's swap those guys. But in this particular case, we don't want the yes to be the default. So let me copy this and put it here, like so. Yeah. Select, I'll just say select here, and then yes, no. So we start with 0. Okay, good. So which means these two will share this space. But then permission, let's see here, permission is have parent is mega active. Okay, so parent could be long, so let's put 12 over there so it fits the whole space. Okay, refresh, and this is what we have now. So we have this, we have, okay, and then is mega, yes, no, active, yes, no. Okay, cool. Now there's too much space between these guys, so MB3, I'm going to change that to MB2 to reduce that space. Maybe even 1. Margin bottom 1. Okay, much better. All right, I think we are ready to go. So select parent, no parent. Is mega menu, no. Active, yes. Okay, so let's try again. About us. The link here, or the slug, will be about dash us. And the permission is for when we are not logged in, maybe. That's when we see the about us. Maybe when we log in, we don't need to see it, because for you to sign up, you probably know what's going on already. We don't need an icon here. So let me just hit save and see what happens. So save. Record added successfully. Okay, great. Apparently it did. But because this view here isn't made yet, so let's just click back, and there we are. So at least we know we have one record in the database. So this is cool. We just need to apply the right column details here. If I go to my page now inside menus and click browse in the database, and this is what we see. don't know why it always starts at ID number 3. What is going on here? Anyway, regardless, here we are. About us, slug, parent 0 is mega image. Okay, so apparently we didn't put no on image here, so let's make sure of that. Where is image? Oh, it is no. Oh, it's because I think it tried to save an empty image. Okay, so it's an empty string now. All right, so things are good, but let's fix all of this stuff we've created, this mess we've created, in the next video.